guys, welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time, welcome. Today, as you can see, I will be talking about beer. When I drank alcohol, it was one of my favorite beverages. It is an acquired taste, but once you love it, you love it. It's a bit like coffee. My previous video. Let me start by saying that this is a typical Dutch beer and known worldwide, but my favorite beer when I drank was Hertog Jan. I will be talking about the history of beer, but first let me talk about the beer that I have in front of me and where it comes from, where it's made. I bought these beers, well, this one I had for when guests come, but I bought the other beers. I would like to do something like a giveaway, but I don't know how that goes, so if anyone can tell me in the chat, in the comments below, then I would gladly give it away in a full packet so you can try it, but I don't know what the restrictions are and stuff like that, but let's begin. So the first one here is in Netherlands we call it Grols, and I think someone that's not from the Netherlands would say Grolsch, or Grolsch. Grols is a Dutch beer founded in 1615 in Groenlo and now based in Enschede, the Netherlands. So it's a Dutch beer, and the chances are high that you never heard of it, but so it's a half-liter beer, and what is the percentage? It's 5%. Grols Premier Pilsner, verfrissend met een zachte afdronk. I never was a big fan of Grols, but hey, beer is beer, you know. The next one I got here is Bavaria. The name Bavaria, I always thought that it was a German beer, and I'm sorry for drinking water. I should have opened one up, but maybe someday. Lieshout since 1719. Let me see, Bavaria. Despite the name suggesting a connection to Bavaria, which is in Germany, Bavaria beer is brewed by Swinkels family brewers in Lieshout, the Netherlands. And it does say here Lieshout since 1790. Pilsner also 5%. And it has like I think it's a Dutch guy on the picture here. Then we have Amstel, which is also a popular, typical Dutch beer, Amstel beer. And this one is from 1870. Let me see, full mode. This one is also 5%. Excuse me. Most of the beers are in the ranges of 5 to 5.5, 6%, and then you have the stronger ones. But Amstel is also a Dutch beer, originally founded in Amsterdam in 1870, now owned by Heineken and brewed in various locations worldwide, but its origins are Dutch. So this company owns this beer brand. Then my favorite, when I drank beer, this was my number one. Hertog Jan and Hertog name, a Dutch name, and Hertog means, I think Hertog means Duke or Count. I'm not sure, either it's Count or Duke. And you also see the Hertog here with a big glass of beer. And this one, let me see, it doesn't say. Oké. Gebrouwen ter ere van Hertog Jan van Brabant. So, in the name, it's brewed in the name of Duke Jan from Brabant, and he lived in 1252 till 1294. And this beer is 5.1, and this is a 33 centiliter beer. So this is half a liter and this is 0.33. And what does it say? Brewed in Arken, Limburg, also a Dutch beer in the Netherlands, known for its traditional brewing style and premium beers. Definitely, it was my favorite. Then we have a beer that I got in a package, and it's I haven't drank it. It says white ale. It's Lowlander with a bear on it, like the ice bear or polar bear. Sorry. It's brewed with Curacao orange. So this is like a special beer brewed with Curacao orange, elderflower, and chamomile. Okay. 33 centiliters, 5% alcohol. Okay, balance and beer. I've never drank it, and first time I heard about it is when I got it brewed with Lowlander Botanicals. So Lowlander, a craft brewery based in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, known for its botanically brewed beers. Okay, and the last but not least, I think this is the most famous beer in the world. I mean, I would be surprised if it isn't. And of course it's the Heineken with the famous red star on it. Pure malt lager. Also 5%, and this one is 300 milliliters. Oh. And Heineken, founded in Amsterdam in 1864. Heineken is now one of the largest beer brands globally, brewed in numerous countries, but originally Dutch. Yeah, I wonder if Heineken brews it in the Netherlands, or they do it in a country where it's cheaper, the whole process, so their margins are larger. Now, these are the beers I have in front of me. Let me take a sip of water. And let me start talking about the history of beer. So, beer is one of humanity's oldest beverages, intertwined with culture, science, and celebration. Today, I'm gonna take you on a journey from ancient Mesopotamia to modern craft beer. Beer is like one of the oldest drinks, because as far as I know, especially in the Middle Ages and stuff like that, water wasn't drank so much because it was pretty hard to get clean water. Even young people, much younger than the current age, were drinking alcohol, but it wasn't too strong. process of making alcohol eliminates all the bad bacteria, and water wasn't clean in the way it is now, that you can just safely drink it for like tap water or bottled water. That didn't exist back in the days, of course. Now, let me start with ancient beginnings. 7000 BCE in China. Evidence of fermented beverages made from rice, honey, and fruit in Jiao. Then we got 5000 BCE in Iran. Traces of barley beer found at the Godin Tepe settlement. So I don't know if the thing in China, fermented beverages made from rice and honey and fruit. I knew about the 5000 BCE that I found barley beer, so 5000 years. You cannot say that about whiskey. I know wine is also an old alcoholic drink. Then we have 4000 BCE in Mesopotamia. The Sumerians brewed beer. The hymn to Ninkasi, a 3900 BCE poem, is the oldest recipe for beer. We also have 2000 BCE in Egypt. Beer became a staple in Egyptian diets, brewed with emmer wheat and barley. Workers who built the pyramids were paid in beer. Nice to know. I wouldn't mind that when I drank, to be paid in beer. It fills the stomach and it lessens the thirst, so countries: China, Iran, Iraq, Egypt. And a fun fact is that use ancient beer tools and ingredient visuals mentioned. So, beer is connected to early agricultural settlements. Then we have beer in classical civilizations. So the timeline between 1500 and 500 BCE. In Europe, 1500 BCE, beer spread through Europe. The Celts and Germans made their own versions with herbs and spices. I would like to taste that. Like, an old recipe. Imagine drinking a beer that has that's a recipe from like a couple of thousand years old. That's crazy. 500 BCE, Greece and Rome. Although wine was dominant in the Mediterranean, but beer remained popular in Northern Europe, so I know that for a fact. Like, when you talk about the Roman Empire, you talk about wine. So, Greece, Italy, Germany, and the UK. The shift in beer culture due to trade and the rise of wine in Southern Europe. So yeah, I know that Germany is a very large beer country, and when you go to the Mediterranean countries, I know in Croatia they drink both, but like the Southern Europe countries like Spain, Italy, France, but like France in total is more of a wine country, and it's most popular for its wine and champagne. And I don't know how much beer French people actually drink. But then when you go to the British Islands and Germany, UK, Scandinavia, I know that they all drink more beer than wine, if I'm correct. Tell me in the comments which you prefer. Is it wine or is it beer? Or neither? Then you have the medieval brewing at the amongst standardized brewing practices, beer was safer to drink than water, leading to its mass consumption. So that's what I said. Like, water was actually pretty unsafe to drink because you could boil it and then drink it, but why bother? And I don't know if they knew the techniques of making water safer to drink, so they just fermented beer and drank it. Then you have 822 CE in Germany, the first recorded use of hops to flavor and preserve beer. Okay, so it's not only for the flavor, it's also to preserve the beer. And then in 1516, in Germany, the Reinheitsgebot, beer purity law in Bavaria, mandated beer could only contain water, malt, hops, and yeast. Okay, so before that they added other spices and stuff like that, but in 1516 they made a standard of which beer can only be made of. So Germany, Belgium, and UK, beer as a staple of daily life, monastery brewing inventions, and the influence of the purity law. I never heard about the purity law. Then we have the global spread of beer. The 1500s, the colonial era. So I guess in the colonial era, everything that was popular got spread around the world. So beer spread to the Americas via European settlers. Native grains were used in brewing in the 1500s. Between the 16 and 1700s, there was an industrial revolution. Innovations like thermometers and hydrometers advanced brewing. So it was a better standard, I guess, and you could have a more of a same flavor of beer, I guess. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if before that every batch of beer was a bit different because they didn't have measures or measurements. So in the 1759 in Ireland, Guinness was founded in Dublin. Nice. I never was the biggest fan of Guinness, but once in a while a nice Guinness is very good, but it's super strong. It's much stronger than those lagers and blonde beers and stuff like that. So these are super light compared to a Guinness beer. A Guinness beer is also dark, like almost black, or it is black. And bit about it, what's it called again? Like the foam of the beer of Guinness is also much darker, almost yellow instead of white. And then you have the globalization of the beverage, the rise of lager, and the industrial transformation of brewing. On the other side, you have beer in modern history. So 1920s to 1933 in the USA, prohibition caused many breweries to close. Beer production resumed after repeal. That's crazy. I know that there was a famous gangster, I think it was Al Capone, who made tons of money because he imported, I think, through like in the winter, there was a river or something like that, a big body of water that froze, and trucks drove over the water to import alcoholic beverages when the prohibition was implemented in America. But as far as I know, there was a giant black market, so people always found a way to consume it. And definitely, alcohol is something that can never be abolished, as far as I know and think. Then you have 1940s to 1960s, the post-war era. Mass production by companies like Heineken, Budweiser and Carlsberg, also famous companies, Budweiser and Carlsberg. So, after the war, there wasn't any prohibition, of course. I mean, years before that, but after the war, it like exploded with mass production. And then in the 1970s, in the USA, the craft beer revolution began, emphasizing unique flavors and small-scale production. So lagers are the most dominant beer that you can get, but in the 1970s there was a birth of craft beer. So it's like not mass production beer, but to be honest, when I was younger that was never popular. I have a feeling that just in the past 5 to 10 years those craft beers became very popular. Like, I don't know, beer with the taste of lemon or strawberry, or I was never a big fan of it, because like if I want to drink a beer with a taste, if I want to drink a beer, I'll drink a beer. If I want something that tastes like orange, I'll drink a Fanta or something like that, or soda with the taste of the fruit. Why would I ruin my beer by diluting it with a fruity flavor? I never understood it, but to each their own, of course. Then we have craft beer and modern trends. 2000s and present, global craft breweries explode worldwide, and the current trends are sustainable brewing practices, non-alcoholic beers gaining popularity. There's a joke that I learned. It's not a joke, but something my father always told me. The only people who drink non-alcoholic beer are alcoholics. Now, this is meant as a joke and to be funny, so please don't take offense of me saying that. Experimental flavors with fruits, spices, and barrel-aged beers. Okay. And then craft beer as a cultural movement and the blending of traditional and modern brewing techniques. So, that's a little bit of the history of beers. And I don't know, like especially in the summer day, a very cold beer from the fridge was always very nice. It just, when you're really thirsty in the summer, like there's nothing like a cold beer that lessens that thirst, and the flavor is like crazy. Let me see. So also 18 plus in the Netherlands. So you have to be 18. There's a sign of 18 plus. Pregnant women are advised not to drink beer because it's bad for the embryo, of course. You shouldn't drive when you drink beer. If there's something I hate, it's people who drink and drive. At that moment, I don't really care about the person that drinks and drives, but what could happen to a person on the road or in another vehicle because of drinking and driving. So never drink and drive. And here it also says that it's a vegan. I mean, of course it's vegan. What else would it be? And it used to be on the bottles, but now it's also on the cans that you can turn it in and you get 15 cents for it. Let me see if this... I like the feeling of this can better than this one. Yeah, here is the same. 18. So 18 years. Oh, again, a picture with a woman that's pregnant. Advisable not to drink and don't drink and drive. Premium Pilsner. And then it says what it's made of. In Dutch. I'm gonna read in Dutch for the first time for you guys. Ingrediënten: water, gerstemout en hop. Drinktemperatuur 6 tot 8 graden en koel bewaren. So the best temperature is between 6 and 8 degrees Celsius. I don't know what's that in Fahrenheit. I don't know. I cannot tell you. And at the bottom you can see it's best before January 25th. So a pretty decent amount of time to drink it. But as we all know, this is something that's drunk up over a Friday night and not over 3 months. And then you see the website and stuff like that. So this can has per 100 milliliters, 40 calories, 2.5 grams of carbs, and a tiny amount of salt and protein, like 0.5 grams. So I understand when you drink enough that you also feel like you're full, like you just ate something. They used to say that drinking one beer is like eating one sandwich, but that was debunked. 5% here. You have this. I think they are. What is this? Too small to read. But I think they, by law, have to put these things on it, like the no driving while drinking, 18 plus, and the pregnant woman on it. Something by law. Geboren uit vriendschap, groots geworden door onze brouwers. So, born from friendship, and it became big through the brewers. Amstel. Volgens de Amstel-traditie gebrouwen. Tell me if beer is popular in your country. I know there's also a beer called IPA. I think it's an Indian beer. And I never knew that India was such a big beer country until I read about it, and it was pretty crazy. Hertogjan, traditioneel gebrouwen en uit natuurzuiver water geselecteerde granen en hopsoorten. Yeah, this was really my favorite. Does this one also have the 18 plus? Yep. It also says drink niet als je rijdt, so don't drink and drive. Ingrediënten: water, gerstenmout, mais, gerst en hop. Okay. this also has corn in it. I mean, it's also made of corn. I never knew that. And it has more carbs, 0.5 grams of carbs more and 0.1 grams of protein less per 100 milliliter. It is a bit stronger beer than the Heineken beer. And this is the one that I never tried. When Willem Barents, something in English. When Willem Barents attempted to navigate the Northeast Passage, his crew fought twin terrors, polar bears and frozen beer. Nice. Okay, so let me begin again. When Willem Barents attempted to navigate the Northeast Passage, his crew fought twin terrors, polar bears and frozen beer. Our white ale, with its refreshing fruity and flowery notes, is a tribute to the restless and rugged spirit that kept the Barents going. Nice. Okay. Lowlander. The Netherlands literally means the lowlands, as much of the land is below sea level. Pioneering seafarers, the lowlanders traded all over the world, inspired by their travels, where we explore the world of herbs, spices, and fruits, and brew with these botanicals to create unique and naturally delicious beer. Okay, so this one does not contain what was it? Okay, this one only has the woman that's pregnant that shouldn't drink, but it doesn't have the don't drink and drive sign, and it doesn't have the 18 plus sign. Okay, it does have 1.7 units on it. And of course, again, last but not least, the Heineken original, known all over the world. This is water, gerstmout, hoopextract en 100% natuurlijke ingrediënten. It has less carbs and no protein and a tiny trace amount of salt. Nice. And this one is good till April 2025. Yeah, so it's recyclable and also has the 18 plus, the no driving while drinking, and the pregnant woman sign on it. So yeah, I would like to know what you think of beer. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Is it popular in your country or is it not? Is it popular within your friends group, or do you prefer other kinds of beverages? And what beer is most popular in your country? I would really like to know. I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the setup with the lights that I put, and yeah, I would greatly appreciate a like, a comment, so we can grow the channel. And let me know if you would want this to be sent to you or something to do with it. I mean, I can also give it to my friends or something when they come over, but it would be nice to also do it like a free giveaway or something. Let me know in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed.